Welcome to the Spiral Up podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Wieme, a peak performance coach and business strategist dedicated to helping you see what's possible within you, the blind spots that are holding you back, and the solutions to ensure success and fulfillment without the hustle. I use my secret sauce of metaphysics, brain science, and scripture to work with God to manifest your ideal life and business. If you're ready to create massive forward momentum in your business and bust through the blocks that drag you down, join me on the Spiral Up journey and create the clarity, confidence, and consistency to become the CEO that lives your life by design. It's time to create the sustainable impact, income, and time freedom you desire faster. Now is the time to spiral up. Hey everybody, welcome to the Spiral Up podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Wieme. It is so much fun to welcome all of these amazing women to the show today because this is like one of my absolute favorite episodes to do is a recap after our Becoming Experience retreat. You guys, we had the most epic experience in Greece. We got back about a week ago and I can't wait to see these gals. Like I've missed them a couple of days away after spending that much time together. You guys, like for real. I genuinely missed you guys and I couldn't wait to kind of round all of us up again and just kind of recap the amazing experience that we had. And I just want to say thanks not only for trusting me and meeting me across the world, but being on this grand adventure of growing and learning what you're capable of and experiencing how good God can be, right? Like how God showed me how good you can get. And then, surviving all of the travel stuff that we did and acclimating back into real life. So it's so good to see you guys.
It's great to be here.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So I'm just curious and let's just make this like super casual, really informal, but I'm just really curious, who was willing to share why you wanted to go on the retreat in the first place? I'm always curious to hear that question answered.
I'll tell you, because when I joined you and you said, well, I'm going to do a retreat in Greece, I'm like, well, that's funny because that's at the top of my list of where I'm going next.
That was easy, right? Like bucket list crossed off, right?
Yep.
So it was really the destination and like, hey, I want to go on this trip and you happen to be going to a place that I've been wanting to go. Well, you really didn't even know much about it probably.
Not a whole lot, but the whole becoming thing, yeah. I knew that I was in transition and I was really curious if this was going to help boost me in my transition.
All right. Well, I'm kind of curious, like spoiler alert, but did it? Like
I share so bad.
Go for it, girlfriend. Let's just make this real casual. Like share what you want to share.
I cannot believe what has happened inside of me. Creativity has been a real challenge for me. I have lots of vision and you guys know I struggle with the implementation part of it. I came back and my brain is not stopping. My energy is off the charts. I was able to, I got back in the gym this morning. I couldn't do last week, the 2 days that I was home because I was having horrible neck pain, found out it was my bed. Anyway, my energy is so much better than it's been in probably over a year. Wow. And my creativity is blowing my mind. I've created this whole 21-day challenge for my team. It's beautiful. We just launched it today. I have massive action and engagement. People are so excited and I can't even believe I'm doing this.
That is amazing. So you had the creativity, the clarity of what to do, the implementation to actually put it into the world. And now you're celebrating that. Like, that's freaking amazing. I love it so much. That makes my heart so happy. Okay, you guys, like, what about the rest of you guys? So she didn't know what the heck she was getting into. Some of you guys have been on one of these before. So why did you want to go?
I've been on, this was my third one. And I knew once again, I had to be there. I knew you'd pick an amazing place. And of course, for me, I just want to make sure it was on the water, and it was. And so Greece, I was like, all right, didn't know it was on my bucket list, but here we go. And for me, I started going 2 years ago when we went to Costa Rica, then I went to Dominican Republic, and each time it has just transformed my entire life, not just my career, but life too. And so just huge changes and big, bold steps I'm able to make after these retreats. And so there was no question I was going on this retreat. And since being back, like she said, it's just like holy buckets. Like you're on such a high vibration. You're exhausted with the jet lag and things, but you get back and you're like, oh my gosh, like I know I want to do this now. And I've got these bold steps, and these are the things that need to take action on, and I can't wait to do it. So yeah, I'm just loving it.
I love that, Camille. And it's so fun to watch you, as somebody who's been on, now 3 of these, like how you keep leveling up. And that's one of the, surprising things that I see, people oftentimes don't understand is that like, you don't have to have all your shit together. You could come in and completely like a hot mess and figure this out. And you could be somebody who is figuring it out, but you're like, I want to take myself to the next level. I want to show myself what's possible. And that's how you show up at each of these. And I'm always in awe when I watch you like implement the next step. It's like the next version of you is revealed to you, and then you just take action. It's so much fun.
Thanks. It's the inspiration that I get from all the women in the retreat. And even though I've been on previous retreats, everybody is still like, I'd been on one with Jan before, but that was it. So, it's just amazing to develop another group of great friends that I just feel so connected to that, like, I just miss everybody already.
Aw, I love that. And Sarah, this is your very first time, sister. Like, okay, what made you say yes to this? Because I mean, I didn't twist your arm, but I kind of did. Like, you should come with me.
Oh my goodness, where do I start? Let me condense this down. Well, Greece, you, and just community, like, oh, just knowing everybody that was going to be there, the view, um, and just committing to, I think the phrase "the becoming," I think was a big part of it, but just I don't even know, just everything. And the commitment, like I got home and had so much clarity, confidence to just like I'm like talking to people that I mean, before this, I don't think I would have started just sharing things and consistency. I mean, yeah, just clarity, but I'm actually scaling back. I'm saying no to a lot of stuff, which has really been cool. I'm done dumping in and just adding more and more and more. But I would say partly it was on my vision board, but you asking was probably the beautiful part. And then just being with all of you, like I miss you guys. Can we just all move in together?
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I mean, and that's how you got you guys, because we did some serious travel. Like I don't normally do this, but I added a little extra on the front and the back end of this trip. And so we had a little extra time together. And the fact that these women are still saying this is honestly a miracle when you think about like we put a bunch of high achieving women in, a house together and see what happens. And this is what happens, right? Like sisterhood is really birthed. And for those of you guys who have, never been on one before, and we're missing a couple of our gals. So I'm just going to shout out to Dee and Sheena, who couldn't join us for this conversation. But for those of you guys who are new and didn't know what to expect, what would you say was the biggest surprise?
For me, it was the sisterhood. That really was a surprise for me. It was very nice gift.
Yeah. I know women can sometimes be hard, can't they? Like for real, like to find a group of people that you can be yourself around. And you guys got to know me a little bit better and my sassy side.
I too.
Loved it.
And Kelly too. Yes. How about you, Sarah? What was your biggest surprise? Like thing that was unexpected?
Oh gosh, I'm gonna say everything was unexpected, but in a really good way. I just like the level of depth of like the lesson days. I mean, I knew I was getting into that, but it was unexpected. Like just it didn't feel like I mean, it was effortless, but deep at the same time. So that was unexpected. Um, that would be the biggest thing. It's just how much you poured into those days, but it didn't feel like, but afterwards it was like, oh my gosh, that was really intense and moved a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
So you're almost saying, just to kind of put into my vocabulary, like
Yes.
it was efficient and effective. Like it didn't because you guys all know, right? Like I teach a little bit and then I give you time to process it. And then I teach a little bit and have, give you time to process it, all while enjoying the beautiful property that we have and the things that we get to see and do, near us. But that's really cool that you felt like the curriculum was impactful, but not overwhelming to where you weren't able to enjoy being in Greece.
Yes. Yeah. My mind is blown at just how much was actually covered in retrospect, but yet still enjoying easeful, it was easeful, but impactful, like you said.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's pretty amazing. God gave me that curriculum, way back in 2022. And I still to this day feel like when I'm on that plane going wherever I'm supposed to be going, that I am just excited. I don't get nervous. I get excited because I get to a front row seat to what he does with it. And I have done very little to the base of curriculum that I've had over the last couple of years. And so it's really fun to see the transformation that happens in such a short period of time, right? And oh my gosh, okay, let's talk about some of these extras that we all got access to because man, like talk about your time, one-on-one with Kelly, right? So the bodywork sessions that she does are magical, are they not? Who wants to share
Completely.
their experience about that?
I just had one of those where I had thoughts in my head, but I wasn't going to say them. And like Kelly just nails it. I'm like, what? Like, how the hell did she get in my head? I'm sorry, but I'm like, seriously, like I thought that, but I didn't verbalize anything. But she knew it just from physical touch, like what a thought was in my head. And it was amazing.
It's wild. It's wild. And so Kelly is brought in because she helps us to basically move stuck energy that's trapped in our body. So if we think about the manifestations equation that I've built this entire curriculum around, one of the steps is to believe without doubt that it is here waiting for you, right? And if we have stuck subconscious beliefs and stuck energy and stuck trauma in our body, it's going to be a block to that manifestation. So I bring Kelly in to move that crap through and out so that it no longer is getting in our way. And that kind of brings me to what Sarah and Jan contributed with our E4 sessions, which again is more about getting that stuck trauma and those stuck limiting beliefs out of our mind and energetically so that we can no longer have those things that are holding us back from manifestation. And wasn't that amazing, you guys, just to have that time with Sarah and Jan and clear out any other additional junk that was holding you back there? So fun. And we had a surprise visit from one of my friends in Australia, and we're not going to let anybody know about those fun surprises, but like he knocked our socks off, didn't he, on Zoom?
Oh, he always does.
He always does. Like it's just kind of one of these little surprises that I bring in if it feels good. And Clinton did not disappoint at all with that. And then of course Kaylee. So Kaylee comes and she is freaking rocking the drone. She's rocking the camera and the video and all the things. And one of the things that I love, I don't have to do this, but I choose to bring in this world-class photographer and videographer because I want to capture the feeling that you guys all get to feel while you're here. Like you probably felt some of the most confident, beautiful feelings than you've ever had in your life, I'm guessing. And so then you get to go home and you get to see this physical manifestation, this reflection of that version of you anytime you want to look at it with these beautiful pictures and videos. And doesn't she not like make you feel just like totally taken care of, totally seen, easy? Because I mean, getting your picture taken can sometimes feel awkward, can it?
Yes.
But not with Kaylee.
Not with Kaylee.
No, she has this way of just like bringing confidence out in you.
Yes.
Like she sees it and just grabs it and puts it in a picture.
I know, it's so fun. And so, yeah,
It's
so the fact
beautiful.
that you guys get access to looking at those pictures of yourself anytime you want to and really remembering who you are, because this is all that this is based on, right? Is this acting as if you're already her. And when we can use the processes of the remembering process, right? I remember who she is because I've been her before. It allows us to accept the fact that that version of us already exists. And we start to make decisions based on that version of ourselves instead of the insecure, stuck, confused, not confident, doubtful person, right? We start to make decisions from this empowered place. And all of a sudden, like Sheila said, like Camille said, like things start to click, don't they, guys? All of a sudden you get home and you're like, holy shit, like things are working so much faster than they ever were before. And we all were saying before we started recording that I don't need as much sleep. And I'm like, it's so weird because I love sleep, but I'm like, I'm awake, I'm ready to go.
One of the amazing things too is that sense of like a safety. Like I just felt so safe with all of you. I could truly let myself be who I was. I didn't have to hold any walls up or anything. Whatever I was thinking, I felt free to say. You're willing to take risks as far as being vulnerable and sharing your deepest goals or your, just things that are going on in life. And it's like, holy buckets, like seriously, I just met some of you and you know me way better than some of what are supposedly my closest friends. So
We were
it's
talking
just,
about
it's,
that
it's
on the way
such a
home,
safe
weren't we?
environment.
Yeah, like that people that live in our own proximity oftentimes don't have as deep of conversations as we do. And you find that people that you barely knew all of a sudden know all these parts about you, and yet they still like you and love you and want to spend time with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe I shared that. But then they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for sharing that, right? It's just pretty cool. And speaking of brave, Camille, girl, okay, so she and Kaylee Kaylee grabbed her GoPro, and Camille and Kaylee stand on the top of this yacht, you guys, in the Aegean Sea, and just jump off of the top of it into the water that was a little chilly for my taste, to be quite honest. I'm just like, I love that you just like captured the courage and the seizing the day and seizing the moment in that amazing opportunity. And then Kaylee, to watch you fly that damn drone on the top of that yacht is epic.
Cool.
One of my favorite spots to fly a drone is on top of the yacht. Seriously.
Well, that's what's crazy. Like I knew I wanted to get in the water. I was like, I'm jumping in no matter what. And I jumped in, but then all of a sudden I'm getting out and Kaylee's like, hey, let's go from the top. And I'm like, sure. Like I'm up there. I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? All right. We only live once. Let's go.
That's amazing though. But when you surround yourself with people who push you in a good way, all of a sudden you're going to start saying yes to things that you might not have said yes to. And then you're like, oh my gosh, like look at what I'm capable of. And I think that goes to show kind of what we were just talking about is, who your circle is, and iron sharpens iron, and really making note of who you spend time with and whether or not they're drawing out the best in you, whether or not they're pulling you, not pushing you, but pulling you to a bigger version of yourself in a way that feels exciting and a little nervous, but you know that you're capable of it because of their belief in you. Right? Like and it's so funny because here I am like, oh, jumping off of a yacht turns into a lesson. Like you guys, big surprise, right? Because there's lessons everywhere when you're with me, and my kids like roll their eyes. They're like, Mom, not everything needs to be a lesson. But we totally did. Like we were gifted, I think, with experiences and things throughout this entire time that allowed us to not only have a deeper sense of knowing who we are, but how we belong in the world, how the world works, how we're able to manifest better because of things like seeing contrast, because of seeing how we are able to handle stresses or insecurities, and then rising above that, showing ourselves the capabilities that we have to stay in high vibes as much as we can, because when life happens, it happens. Right. And it was just really cool to be able to see us navigating different things and different conversations and being real and all the things. And anyway, but let's go back to the fun stuff. So what were some of your like favorite, like fun parts of our time together? It's not all work. I mean, we definitely have transformation, let's be real. But yeah, what are some of your favorite fun parts?
I had a couple things. But before I share my couple things, can I share one of my favorite things that has happened post-retreat?
Yes.
Okay. Because when people ask me about like, Kelly, tell me about Greece, I'm like, great, let me tell you about what happened after Greece. And then I tell them about Greece. So you had us set goals. And in January, I had decided I wanted to do breath work, wanted to get certified in it. February, I put it on my vision board. I looked at some programs and I was like, this is not working. I don't like these. This doesn't feel aligned. I'm really frustrated. And then I was like, I'm just taking it off my plate. And then so as I was revisiting this, I was like, okay, I want it to find me. I want someone to literally tell me about it. I'm tired of looking. I want it to show up before December. I want it to be $1,500 or right around there. And I just want it to be easy. And I got home Monday. A friend that I hadn't met yet contacted me Monday. Hey, let's set up a play date. Great. We have boys that are the same age. We get together, we're talking. She tells me, do you know what breath work is? And I'm like, yes. And she connects me with this lady who certifies in breath work. She's 30 minutes from me. It's a 2-day program. It's $1,350. And truly, when I said $1,500, the programs I had looked at were like 2,500, 3,000, 4,000. So when 1,500 came to mind, I was like, that's lowballing. I'm never going to find that. I get certified next month.
Wow.
And a friend is doing it with me. And I'm just like, how is, like, I know how it's possible. You teach us how it's possible. And my brain's still like, I came home on Monday. It found me on Wednesday. And I'm not only am I going to find it by the end of December, I'm going to be certified by the end of November. Like mid-November, I'm certified.
Yes.
And that was amazing. Like, that makes me so happy.
That makes me so happy. And I love watching those things play out. In fact, Sarah and I had a conversation this morning, and she was telling me about how fast she's been able to manifest different things. And it's just like, it's wild, you know? And I think about, you know, hopefully this is okay that I share this, and if we have to cut it out, I will. But while we were at the retreat, one of our retreat colleagues got a news that she had been nominated for an award. And what was so cool about it is that like the day or two before that, she had said that that is a dream of hers, is to be nominated for this award. And she literally found out while we were there during her photo shoot that a bunch of us were filling in for as extras. And to see the joy on her face was unbelievable. Now, when we talk about this stuff, you guys, I'm not saying that there's a cause and effect of like, because she is here, she manifested this. But what I am saying is that when you do the things that we talk about at the retreat, you get yourself to a frequency that is in alignment with what you've been asking for. And if it's something as simple as a small shift in your frequency, it aligns really fast to what it is that you want. I mean, I think about 6 months ago, one of our other colleagues literally got a message while we were there saying, hey, so-and-so paid this $12,000 bill that they've been asking for like years, and it just showed up in her account. Another gal, you know, we talked about this a lot, is Molly, you know, decided she wanted to be a foster mom, and within 3 days she was a mom. like and now she's, you know, adopting this little guy. Like, it doesn't have to take a lot of work. Oftentimes it's literally just getting yourself into the frequency that what you've been praying for is now aligned, just like a radio station, and you're tuned yourself into it, and all of a sudden it's right here. Like, how cool is that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Just, I don't know. I just think it's freaking cool. Like, I can't.
I do too.
I can't.
do too. And I love receiving that.
I know. Like, bring it on. God, show me how good it can get, right? Okay. So Kelly, what were your 2 things that were really fun?
Oh, I just loved, like, I loved all of the exploring that we did. Like, going to Meteora. Did I say that right?
Uh-huh.
It just was breathtaking. Like, something that you typically don't see in the world, and it's just there and made, and it seems impossible, and they've done it. And I really enjoyed the exploration that we did. And truly, I love that we were together for so long and we still really like each other. Like, I know we talked about that before, but really, it's incredible. The number of places we stayed at, the amount of travel we did, the amount of planes we were on, even when we had grumpy moments, like, it was fine.
Yeah.
And we all still really liked each other. And being in a place that beautiful with women all aligning to improve and achieve, like, I think that along just every piece that you did, you know, someone asked me, Kate, tell me your top 3 favorite things about Greece. And I was like, Lachelle just does such amazing trips that every single piece was incredible. And I don't think I can actually choose a favorite because every single piece was incredible.
Well, thank you for saying that. And I just want to shout out Sarah and all of her amazingness that she did to facilitate all of our crazy. It was kind of fun, you guys, because many of us had drawn airplanes on our vision boards, and we were giggling because of the way in which we traveled in Greece. Again, because I did something extra special this time around where we stayed an extra couple days on the front end and then on the back one. We ended up having to take several plane rides in a short period of time. And I can't remember how many. It was like about 4 or 5 in like 2 days or something like that. Yeah. It was just funny because we were giggling about it. Like, even though we all had been on 5 planes in 2 days, we still wrote or drew, airplanes on our vision boards. Like, show me how good this can get. Like, where else can we go? And it was really fun to see that to come to fruition for sure. So yeah. Jan, I haven't heard from you yet, and I feel like you have just been glowing since we got home. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your experience?
I have been glowing and it feels great. I'm just going to say, I loved the whole trip, even the flights and all the stuff. I love to fly actually. And, it's all the stuff in between. But once I get on the plane, I'm like, yeah, and that was great. But just the beauty of Greece and how that just kind of poured into me. And, seeing Meteora, did I say that right?
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
just like,
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. And I love that. Just the magnificence of it and the improbability that it even exists, in such a beautiful state. I was so impressed. And, this is my 5th trip with you, retreat. And I'm always amazed about what I learned from it. And to me, okay, I'm getting a little emotional because it really hit me. But I always come home like, oh, wow. And this time I'm feeling even more like it's stuck, and I don't mean I'm stuck, it's stuck with me so I can move on. And I'm really excited about it, because, the book is, I see it done. It's, it's that way. I've been working on it. I'm excited about it. Even my house, because one of the things I wanted was I'm clearing it out and I'm getting rid of stuff right now. And I'm really excited about it. But I don't know, just every time I'm amazed, but never surprised that these women are so awesome. I look forward to getting to know each one. And that is the beauty of that, And then, Lachelle, I'm just going to say, and I've said this to you before, but you're a genius. And your curriculum, there were some parts, I was a little touchy about, but, but you know what? It was one of the best things that happened to me. And it really cleared some stuff, some junk that I had hanging on. And along with Kelly helping to remove that, and even Sarah, helping me out. So I can't even say enough about it. Every time I go, I get better. And it's because of the curriculum you have. It's beautiful. And I loved the flow of it.
Well, thank you so much. That means the world to me. And, we're talking about, the curriculum, or we're talking about the beauty or the friendships, but like, you guys, it's hard to describe what this thing is about, isn't it? Like, it's like hard to put into words. Like, what is the Becoming Experience about? And if I were to ask you that, like, what would you say?
Awareness.
I'll go.
Yeah.
Releasing. Holding us back from becoming a better version of ourselves.
Clarity.
Yes.
Clarity. Who you get to be, and you get to decide that. And I love that. Yeah. It's and I have to say, I really love the yacht. That was so fun.
Yeah.
Right. It doesn't
fun.
hurt to be on a yacht in the Aegean Sea, looking at that beautiful water.
That was pretty magnificent.
That doesn't hurt at all. And then fresh made, tzatziki and hummus and all the things that come with that amazing
potato chips,
baklava, homemade potato chips, right? Yeah. Yes, I know, it's amazing. Sarah, you were gonna say something like.
It's kind of like, I guess I would pick a metaphor of the becoming, it's like I went as I was, but I didn't return as who I was, you know?
Mm,
It's like
mm,
I was
well said.
wrapped up in stuff that I didn't know I was wrapped up in. And then, just to be witnessed by all of you, just that camaraderie, community, learning, exploring, challenges. And then coming out of the challenges, it was a little bit like, I guess, a caterpillar in a cocoon. And then I came back a butterfly, you
Yeah.
know? So,
Hey.
I love
yeah.
that. I love that so much. I mean, it's hard to put in words. And that's why,
Mhm.
I always, appreciate Kaylee, for example, helping to put my story in video form, right? Because it's like, how do I explain this? Because it's so hard to explain that somebody's literally life can change. Like there's life before and there's life after it, but it's hard to explain that. And so what would you say, why should somebody go on this? Why should they say yes to this?
I'll go with that one. So I love that you have that it's called the becoming experience, because I think what you really do is lead us through so many experiences that our bodies get to know what can be real. Because if
Mm.
our body doesn't know what can be real, we often don't bring it in.
Right.
And so even if people are like, no, I'm doing great. No, my life is great. No, everything, like I'm fine. I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's great. You can be fine and you can be happy and you can still up level, because we're never done growing, which is why a lot of us like to go on these again and again and again, because when you experience what you can be and then you go home and you see it come to fruition, you want to experience more so you can grow more.
Yeah, it becomes an addiction almost. Like it's like, God, show me how good it can get. And I've joked for years that fine is my least favorite 4-letter F word.
Mm.
Because for real, like we get so stuck sometimes, you guys, and like, oh, my job is fine, my weight is fine, my marriage is fine, like my self-esteem is fine, like I'm fine. And then we get to the end of our lives and we're like, well, that sucked. I would have done that differently, and it's almost
Mhm,
just like catching the fines and being like, I'm not okay with fine anymore.
Mhm.
I really want something more for myself. I want to model something better for my kids. I want to show myself what's possible, and I want to prove to myself what I'm capable of. And when you start to do that, you start to change things in your brain that teach you that it's possible. And then it becomes like this, ooh, let me see what else I'm capable of. Let me see how good God can be again. And just allowing myself to ride this wave that at the end of my life, I don't have any regrets. Like I was literally riding on the 4-wheeler at my friend's cabin and I was like, I live a full life. Like I just got off the plane from Greece and now I'm on this 4-wheeler in northern Minnesota riding through this beautiful iron range in the leaves. And I'm just like, I have a good life. I have a full life. And I think that that's what the becoming experience has done for me, is to teach me what a full life can look like and that I deserve it.
Yes. Do,
Yeah. Go
One
ahead.
thing that I thought was very helpful, and I don't know that we have that opportunity in a different type of setting, but the conversations, whether we were in an exercise or lunch or whatever, but the conversations in a setting where you can be vulnerable without fear,
Mhm.
and you can just be real and you can accept feedback without taking offense, but
Mhm.
actually considering, oh my gosh, I hadn't considered that. And I mean, there was some life-changing conversations that took place for me, with very uncomfortable subjects. And it was really, I don't know how I would have had the opportunity for that in a different setting.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't make space for it, do we?
mhm.
Yeah. And it's hard to feel safe in those areas. And so I think that we got really safe really fast within our group. And I see that every single time, honestly. Like, do you guys agree? Those of you have come before, like it happens where you
Yes.
just meet these lifelong friends. You're like, how did I not like have you in my life before? Yeah. Kelly, what were you going to say?
well, I was going to say to your point of fine, I was having a conversation with some friends that just kept talking about like, oh yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah.
And we get stuck in that good enough trap,
Yeah.
which is, it's parallel to the fine trap.
Yeah.
And I just offhandedly, I'd said to them, yeah, it's fine if you want a good enough life. And they were both like, oh yeah, you're right. And then I heard what I said, and like it just flew out of my mouth. And I was like, why are you guys friends with me? I literally say these things to you.
You spent too much time with me in my sassiness.
Mhm.
Yeah. And they were like, we're friends with you because you say these things,
Yep.
because you help us recognize like we don't want a good enough life. We actually want that connection, the thriving, the success, the happiness, the joy, and peace. And to me, that's what the becoming experience does, is it shows me where I'm playing small, how I can grow.
Mhm.
And Lachelle, I feel like you see people and you just pluck them out of the world and you're like, you're growing. You have to now because I saw you.
It's a blessing and a curse, let me tell you, because I can see what you
Just
can
a
be,
blessing.
and I oftentimes have to be like, okay, hold tight, is she ready for this? And a muscle test it to make sure I can open my mouth. But it's pretty cool to help people see in themselves what I see in them, and that makes me choke up because I see the beauty in so many things and all of you. And when I started to see the sparkle in your eyes, when you started to see yourself the way I saw you, meant the world to me. Like that's what this is about, right? And I don't know, I feel so privileged to have been a part of your guys' journey and seeing what's possible for you and knowing what's possible in the future because I see it, right? And it's like, oh, she gets it. She gets it. She's ready for it. It's so fun. And thankfully I get a front row seat to this because I mean, all of you guys are part of my programs as well. And so that's the cool part is that people oftentimes will come on my retreats because they've been part of my circle in Spiral Up. And oftentimes, if you're not, you become a part of my circle when we get home because you're like, I need you guys some more. And so it's so fun to welcome new Spiral Up, participants because of the retreat, because they see what's possible. And one of the things that I was having a conversation, maybe it was with Kaylee, I don't remember, but we were just talking about talking about this experience and excuse me, and acknowledging people's misconceptions, like what their assumptions are before they go. And the biggest surprises, like I thought it was going to be this, but it was actually this. Like, do you guys have any experiences like that you'd like to share? Because those are always so much fun to hear, because you might be speaking to somebody at home who's been having an assumption that's holding them back from really taking some really bold steps to improving their life.
Well, it's different. I mean, it's not like you're going in and listening to a lecture for half your day, and then you get a break for lunch, and then you go back to a lecture and are presented to. It's not like that at all. Um, so when you hear it's like I always tell people it's kind of a women in business retreat. But there is just it's woven into everything we do.
Mhm.
All the learning is the growing, everything else. And so it's a very relaxed atmosphere. Like I come away feeling relaxed and rejuvenated and energized. It's not where I've gone to conferences before where I'm sitting in a lecture room listening to presenters. And then at the end, I'm like, it was way too much of an overload. I didn't process the stuff. There's just so much time for processing on the retreat that if people have the misconception that they're going to go to like a conference type thing, it's completely different than that.
Yeah. It's not just a vacation, but it's not just a conference. It's like an experience. I don't know.
It's an experience. Bingo. I was just going to say that because that's what it is. I mean, you take us on this little journey on this, even though there was a big journey, but within it, the journey of our discovery and our awareness and the people we got to be around, that to me was like the best part because that's fun. It's to discover more about who you are and who you get to be, and watching all these other women discover that too. It was like, I don't know, it's electrifying. It really is.
Yeah. Sheila, what were you going to say?
I can say that for me, in different things that I've done in the past, there's a lot of learning. But for me, I have never really had the time to implement. And then I go home and I'm stuck in the back in my life again. And I didn't really get to integrate all the things. And that's what I really think was so impactful for me, was there was actually time to absorb and experience and integrate and not feel like oh my gosh, I didn't feel the rush and the fear or any of that. It was so flowing, and I got time to actually do my work and actually integrate it. So thank you.
Yes, and it was so fun because Sheila, unfortunately, had to leave. Well, I don't know if it's unfortunate because you got to spend an extra day in Greece, but her
That
flight
was so
coming out, right? But it's like at first it's kind of like, oh man, my flight got canceled. But she was able to integrate. Shit, this works out for me, which is something we say a lot on this retreat. And she was able to incorporate that, and it was just so fun, like a proud mama to watch that, like as a friend, to see you implement this principles and embody them, because there's a difference between knowing and knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Big
saying,
time.
you guys? And you embody the knowing, the true living it, and it's so much fun. Sarah, were you going to say something? I don't know. It seemed like you were trying to say something.
Yep, just waiting. No, everybody that has asked me when I came back, their question was, did you have fun? And so I had to sit with that, and I was like, okay, I did have fun, but let me tell you about this immersion. It was multifaceted. I mean, you had mental, physical, spiritual experiences, but it was a flow and it was fun, but it was multidimensional. And so for me I've had, yeah, like 13 different people, and they just had this presumption, oh, a bunch of ladies going shopping. And I like had to pause and say, yeah, no, yes, it was
Yes,
fun.
we did get to go shopping a little
Yeah, you
bit,
However,
but
did.
yeah.
yeah, however,
And that
there
was
was
fun
just,
too.
yeah, there was so many layers. Like all I could think about is, the metaphors in my head was just like kaleidoscope, rainbow, and then it just became this beautiful focus
Mhm.
and of growth and camaraderie. And but so yes, fun, but definitely layered like the baklava would be.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
yeah.
Yes,
Layered
that's
like
such
good.
a great
baklava.
analogy. I love that so much. And
Sweet.
speaking of the baklava, I feel like sometimes too, what I hear a lot is that, the luxury seems like it's for somebody else. It's like, here we are. We take these private yachts and we have a private chef and we have this amazing villa on the water. Everybody got their own oceanfront view room. Like, I mean, it was incredible, right? And so some of us probably look at this from outside and saying, yeah, that luxury is for somebody else. Maybe someday I'll be able to have that. And what I've tried to do is bring in that luxury into now, so that you know that someday is here for you to know that it's possible. And so, do you guys ever, I mean, what are your thoughts around that?
No, I know that's the life that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like
Definitely.
sometimes people feel uncomfortable, like, oh, that's for me someday.
Mhm.
And I have a hard time saying yes to it now as a taste. I don't know, Kelly.
I was having a conversation with another friend, and I was like, I was on a yacht in Greece, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I want to start a sentence like that one day. And I was like, I really appreciated that she just called that out, because I went, I just said that. Like, I was on a yacht in Greece, which leading up to the retreat, I'm like, oh my gosh, I get to say these things afterward. And now it's after, and I've said that. And then I also think about, like, I hosted a retreat last month, and in it, I talked about, oh yeah, I met this person in Costa Rica and this person in Mexico and this person, and so I was talking about all these places I'd been. And truthfully, it's been like I went to the Bahamas before I went to Costa Rica, because we had to use air tickets and things like that. And it's been from then till now that all of these fancy words are coming out of my mouth. Or I'm like, this is my life.
Yeah.
I get to enjoy these things.
Mhm.
One, because you've invited me and I've said yes. And two, because I've opened myself up to it to be able to do it. Like,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
even taking my family and my parents, or all of us going together to Alaska
Yeah.
and enjoying Alaska. Like, I'm just noticing I'm opening these doors to these things that before I would have said, I can't do that. That's in the future. And now I'm like, if not now, when? Like,
Yes. And
do
so
it
it's
now.
like giving people a taste of the luxury now and showing you that it's possible and that you're capable and worthy of it. And then all of a sudden things start to just continue to happen in your life consistent with that.
Yeah.
It's really freaking cool. And then another thing that I hear, because I mean, I don't know, how many of you guys are introverts like I am? Am I the only one? Okay, yeah, right. So like sometimes it's like, ooh, you put me in a house with a bunch of women, like, ooh, right? And I feel like there's enough time for us to be able to be with each other and to have our recharge time and our processing time. It doesn't feel like an overload for me anyway, as somebody who needs that time. How about you guys?
Absolutely. I need
was
my
great.
recharge time, as you guys all discovered. But I never had any issue with getting it. I mean, I'd go, I'm like, okay, I need my little nap, or I'm going to bed a little bit earlier, and never, like, it was just amazing. So
Mhm.
everybody could be so authentically themselves. So I appreciate that.
No, totally. It was so fun, you guys. And was there anything else that you wanted to share? Like as we kind of, I always feel sad. I'm like, I don't want to wrap up this conversation. Like I miss you guys. Like, is there anything else that you want to say about your experience or each other or to the person that's listening that's been watching these, on their social media feeds for the last several years and like someday, like what do you guys have to say about any of that?
One, I want to talk about the Silver Beach because that was huge for me.
What was that? Say that, Sheila, again.
The Silver Beach,
yeah.
the beach we were on, it starts with a K, K-O-U something. It's like 1,000 letters long. And one of my friends in the UK said it's crystalline quartz sand, but I did bring some home. But seeing the silver glitter in the sand after a vision that God gave me at one of my retreats was amazing.
I love it. I love it. Okay, sorry, you guys. There were several of you who were trying to talk. So, who's next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I get to give a talk tonight. I'm going to a meeting for women, and I'm kind of doing a members 5-10 minute little talk. And what am I going to talk about? The retreat, of course. I'm going to get these women excited about it too, because I'm like, how could you don't want to miss out. This is, wow, it's a step up, spiral up. And I really want them to feel that feel. And I can feel that already. I'm going to nail it.
Oh, yes, you totally are. I mean, that's the thing. Like I started doing these once a year and very quickly you guys talked me into doing twice a year because then I could get more chance for people to join us. And so,
Yes.
I love that. Right now, I think my husband would kill me if I added a third. He's like, stay home, would you?
Why?
But yes, thank you so much. Who else was going to say something? Yeah, Sarah.
I will say that coming from a background where I watched many women kind of put their investments on the back burner for everybody, that this is really, it's not just an investment in a quote unquote trip or for fun. I mean, it's really investing in the spiraling up, the leveling up. And, the more you invest in that, you grow just as much as how much you put into it. And so, that's what I would say is that this was a very, very valuable investment in self growth, camaraderie, business, all of that, and
So Sarah, you would
valuable.
say like, because I mean, these are not my words. So would you say then that you're a better mom, you're a better wife, you're a better business
All
owner,
things,
you're a better
all
friend,
things.
you're a better everything. So the people in your life benefit, your business benefits.
Yep.
Do you guys see where your income is going to increase because of what you've learned, that your relationships have increased because of what you've learned, that your confidence in yourself has increased because of what you've learned. And so the trickle effect, the ripple effect from that is almost hard to measure, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Lachelle, I'll have something to add to that. From being the one who captures it all, it's like it brings me a lot of joy, and part of why I do what I do, because it's like I see the transformations of everybody, and it's like I see the walls come down and like the vulnerability come out and like the trust that happens between everybody, like almost immediately. It's kind of wild, but it's just the opportunity that you give to people to have that transformation is amazing, and it's beautiful to watch, and it's fun to put together. So
I know.
I'm excited to do
I
that
can't
too.
wait to see our next video,
Yeah,
you guys.
know.
it'll be good.
You're amazing,
It'll be good.
Kaylee. You're amazing. And you made us all feel great. You did.
Thank you.
And you're a fun roommate too.
You're Jenny, you're the best. Your
I
guys'
know.
photos, everybody's looks fantastic, by the way. Previously,
Oh,
be soon.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
And just for people who are listening, like, hold on, wait, what? Roommate? Like, so Kaylee and Jan were part of my support people. So they were willing to, share a room and stuff. So
Yeah.
just want to let you know that I'm not going to stick you with a rando if you're willing to travel around the world with me. Right. So
No.
just know I promise to take care of you. Don't I, Sheila? I'll take care
Yes.
of you.
Yes. I need my space.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. You guys, thank you so much for just being here, for trusting me on this, crazy cool journey that we got to go on, for letting me see you again and sharing our experience and reliving this. And it's always fun to have this out in the world, because now we get to go back and listen to this whenever we need a little reminder and a little hit of our special friendships and our growth and the experiences that we had. So thanks for making this dream possible for me too. So, all right, you guys. Well, if you are just dying to know more about the retreat and the Becoming Experience, I'm sure that these gals would be happy to answer candid questions. If you want me to connect you with any of them, I'm sure that they'd be fine with that. And then feel free to reach out to me. We do have an application process, because I want to make sure that you're a good fit. So we want to make sure that you get your name on that application process ASAP, because these gals are talking me into going on some pretty crazy cool places coming up here. And you're not going to want to miss that opportunity, because they are limited. I only allow a handful of people to join us, because I want to keep them intimate. And yeah, I don't know, guys. I think we're set. So let's say goodbye. And I am so excited to just continue to watch all of you guys grow. And again, if you guys are considering something like this, don't hesitate to reach out, because an unanswered question might be the block that you have. And we don't like fine, do we, guys?
No.
All right.
Like fun.
Until
Thank
next
you,
time,
Michelle.
everybody. Thanks for listening. And I'll
Bye-bye.
see you next week on the Spiral Up podcast. So much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and leave a review. Each honest review helps me spiral up so that I can serve you even better. Whether you're feeling a lack of impact, income, or time freedom, or perhaps you're just ready for massive momentum in your business, let's chat. Apply for a breakthrough call so that you can gain clarity, identify what's holding you back, and make a plan to spiral up. Head on over to iam-lifebydesign.com/breakthrough or access the link in the show notes. For immediate support, log into our community, the Better Club. We focus on inspiration, tactical guidance, and support. This is a community that wants to be better, do better, and have better in life and in business, and we're going to help you do the same. Let's spiral up, friends.